It is April 10th, close to midnight. This is my development workstation, I guess you could call it. I got a 28-inch widescreen and my Asus G73 laptop are mainly what I work on. I have a desktop, but it's a piece of junk. And then my Xbox is over there wedged in the corner, and it's also plugged into the big monitor. So tonight is a landmark occasion because I have ported my game, which I developed on PC primarily in XNA 3.1 to XNA 4.0. So I ported it tonight and converted it to an Xbox project from a PC project, which was actually super easy because most of the tools are built into Flat Red Ball. That being said, I have had a variety of problems, mostly some wrong version of Exact, so my sound was screwed up. It wasn't being compiled to the right place. It wasn't actually compiled at all for Xbox, so I had some problems there. I had some problems initializing some graphics device stuff for Xbox360, some differences there. So I'll switch over here to my Xbox monitor. Got Game Studio Connect fired up over here, and we are just happily waiting to deploy. So this will be the first time that Whirlygig has ever run on the Xbox 360, so all of my development so far has been using gamepads, but I was using them with an adapter for PC, so I developed it for Xbox input and all of that, but I hadn't actually deployed it ever to Xbox. So here we go. I've already worked through a lot of problems, so I think this is the magic time. Working over here. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. So this is Whirlygig running on my Xbox 360. I'm stoked. So this is the instructions menu. Shows you how to play, basically. I have some silly articles over here, kind of tongue-in-cheek Soviet humor. So options menu is not enabled yet. Don't want to exit game yet, so let's fire up a multiplayer game and see what happens. Maybe we'll break something. Start on the controllers. Let's do the oil derrick level. 5, let's do like 2 kills for testing. And no time limit. Here we go. Let's see if we get runtime errors and crash here. Ooh. Looks like we have some very slow moving camera. Holy cow. What in the world? Okay, so I wouldn't necessarily say this is a success per se, but yeah. I guess it sort of worked. Oh, okay, alright, well, bye. Okay, I'm back after some fixes. I don't totally get what's going on yet. There's some funky camera stuff happening, so I'm going to have to take a look at that. Let's go ahead and deploy again, but I've got most of it working. Here we go, and yay, it's a joy to see that come up every time. The novelty of that's not going to wear off for a while, so. Alright, we're going to launch a multiplayer game. We had a couple people joining in on the controllers. We'll go straight into a game. Okay, zooming in nicely, the debug garbage has been turned off, so if the helicopter flies around nicely. It also, it's kind of hard to play, and also launches missiles. Particles seem to be working good, however, sorry I'm filming this with a camera, but I don't have any way to capture on Xbox 360 nicely, so we got major problems with the shots, and basically our frame rate is dumping like crazy. I think that may be to do with cooling or something. I might need to implement cooling a little better, but you can see how choppy it is. Anyway, there's another problem with, let's see if I can get into position to fire some rockets here. When a helicopter dies, the camera is doing some funky stuff. Boom, okay, and now watch here, our camera goes nuts. And no idea what's going on. Goes crazy. Then, when the player respawns, we come back in, so that's kind of a funny issue. I have no idea what's causing that, but the game pause menu is working okay. And some of that fade stuff is by video camera, not the actual game. So controller sensing disconnect is working. I'm going to put the controller back together here. So that's working. Although the first time the menu was a little bit screwed up, so there's some funky stuff going on there. Turn my controller back on. And we're back in business. So, good news is that's all working fine. You can return to game or exit to main menu. All that stuff seems to be doing nicely. So, there we go.